Good afternoon and welcome now to the Libla Family Sports Complex on the campus of Three Rivers College. I'm Frankie Castile, and of course coming up this afternoon we are going to bring you exclusive coverage of Poplar Bluff Mules Basketball coming up. The Mules are going to take on the Bulldogs out of Portageville. Tim Hicks, of course, is on the camera here again this afternoon. I'm Frankie Castile, going to welcome in the second member of the broadcast team today, and that is Sean Mannon, who is going to be joining us today, kind of learning how to do some of this stuff. And, of course, we've got some big announcements coming up later on in the week, starting next week, about what we're going to be doing the first week of February. In the meantime, here today, Sean, the Mules are gearing up for what could be an interesting matchup coming up between themselves and the Bulldogs out of Portageville. Should be a lot of fun coming up. Tip-off is in about 17 minutes.
Absolutely. We're looking for a fantastic game today. Both Poplar Bluff and Portageville coming in. Poplar Bluff had been on a little bit of a kind of forward momentum going up until that Jackson game on Tuesday. That maybe kind of halted them a little bit. We're going to see how they respond to that loss they had in overtime against Jackson. And, of course, I know you haven't mentioned yet, we're going to see how they're going to respond to a bigger loss in their front court.
Absolutely. We're talking about the injury to Darian Webb, sustaining a broken wrist injury. And as a matter of fact here, we see him on the court. We have been told that it was unfortunately a season-ending injury. And we were talking to Coach Durden earlier this week. He tells us that if the Mules are able to make a deep playoff push, then we might see Darian back at that point in time. But overall, and a lot of folks watching us on Tuesday against the Jackson Indians, it was just a gut-wrenching loss as the Mules. It wasn't about the basketball game. It was about losing Darian Webb and what he means to our basketball team. He does so much on and off the court. Forget about basketball. He is just one of those guys you're just lucky to be around. And, of course, here today, not going to have him in the lineup. What I do like about this team is even though Darian Webb is going to be out, he is still out there with his brothers and making sure that they're going to do all they can do coming up here today. And, of course, we are so excited to be able to be here to call this game. And we're going to be talking about this team a lot coming up in just a moment. We're going to be joined by Coach Will Durden. He is going to join us coming up, I believe, in just a few moments. We want to say thank you again to tuning in. Whether you're watching us here today, whether it's on the radio, whether it is on YouTube and Facebook, we appreciate you tuning in live right here exclusively here on KWOC. Want to give a big shout out to our good friend Eric Wallace. He is tuning in, by the way, Tim. Mr. Eric says hello to you. Tim is behind the camera, Eric. So how is the weather out in Kenmore, Washington? Dakota McElhaney says, let's go Poplar Bluff. Make sure and drop us a line on Facebook or YouTube and let us know where you're watching from and, most importantly, what team you're going for today. I know we're going to have a lot of folks tuning in from Poplar Bluff. I believe even Portageville. It is going to be a fun time coming up here today from the Libla Family Sports Complex on the campus of Three Rivers College. And we're going to be joined coming up here with head coach Will Durden here in just a moment. As a matter of fact, Coach Durden is actually walking up the steps here this afternoon, and he will talk to us about what he expects his team to be like here today. And, of course, as soon as we see Coach Durden, here he comes, we'll turn things over to Coach Durden. We are about 14 minutes now until we tip off between the Mules and the Bulldogs out of Portageville. We'll let Coach Durden get his mic on. And first things are first, Coach. Tell me how the team is. Most importantly, what is the mood like with the team with Darian's situation? We know he's going to be out today. What is his? What's the scenario there?
Hopefully the team pulls together and plays harder. That's what we do when we go a man down, and it's kind of sucks. We just get one back and then we lose another one. So it's frustrating, but The boys have been getting good spirit because D's in good spirit. So
over the last couple of days, that going back to that heartbreaking loss against Jackson, your team was down by 13, could have folded, never did. They gave a lot of stamina coming back to forcing overtime, losing by 1. What did you guys work on the last couple of days to prepare for the Bulldogs here today?
Yeah, we working on the things that we didn't do very good during that game. You know, we didn't have a safety at times, and we just lost. We lost people on defense, and you know, a little bit had that to do with the guys worried about, you know, D, but we just got to be better at that. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, we're trying to concentrate on ourselves. We don't know a whole lot about Portageville. We just, you know, I just know that I played there, and, you know, the guys are going to be tough and they're not going to quit. So we're worried about what we're doing wrong and what we need to do right, and that's how we're going to be the rest of the season.
A couple of big things here this afternoon. Talk about Trey Townsend coming in, averaging 14 points a ball game, and then Keelan Bills averaging 13 points a ball game, but he can also rebound about 8 rebounds a ball game. Your thoughts on those two guys and what you guys can do to slow them down?
Yeah, they're both good ball players. You know, they're playing some really good basketball this year, and they're playing really good team basketball. And you know, I got the chance to watch them in the Bloomfield Christmas tournament, and you know, those two. Kind of the catalyst for getting them started, but you know, they got multiple other guys that just get the job done. So yeah, it's going to be a tough task for us. I mean, they're coming off a big win last night, and they've got a good record right now. We just, you know, we need to figure things out and just play hard. I think, you know, we were talking about the other night. I was not, you know, stuck more on the loss, but you know, our guys came back from, you know, multiple times. You know, down when we could have just stopped, and I thought we played probably the hardest half of basketball that we had, and you know, all season. And you know, when you can say that every other game, I think we're doing something right.
Last two questions. You've thought about this now since about Wednesday morning. Have you thought about who that fifth starter might be here today against Portageville?
Like I told you the other day, I was hoping to wake up and nothing happened, and he was going to be there. This is going to be. What's crazy, I was thinking about it today. This is the first time that, you know, we're playing without this kid the last 3 years. Yeah. So, but Cannon's going to start this game, and he's going to step up. And, you know, D has been a lot better than I have about the situation. You can see the maturity shining through in the kid, and, you know, he's going to be here trying to keep the team pumped up. So, Cannon's going to start, and hopefully all goes well.
Coach, to beat Portageville to get our 11th win of this season, what does your team need to do this afternoon to get that done?
We're going to have to control the tempo of the game. I mean, they want to play at a certain pace, and we need to play at a certain pace. So if we can control the tempo, I think we'll have a good shot.
Coach, thank you again for the opportunity. Good luck. We'll see you guys afterwards.
All right, thanks.
Coach Will Durden joining us live on the pregame. We are now 10 minutes away from the opening tip-off. And Janika says, Coach Durden is cool. I agree 1,000%. Sarah Lacey tuning in today. Go Mules. Glad to hear that, Eric. Hopefully you're in good spirits and don't have that C word. We are praying for you all the way over here in Poplar Bluff. We'll step away. Coming up, we've got the official lineups. It is the Mules. It is the Bulldogs. We are coming back here in just a few moments. You're listening to Mules Basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
And we are back here live at the Libla Family Sports Complex here on the campus of Three Rivers College. And today the Mules are going to take on the Bulldogs out of Portageville. And, of course, we are so blessed to be here on the campus of Three Rivers College. Ricky Taylor, tell you what, Ricky, you're missing out with this amazing floor, this amazing gym here at the Libla Family Sports Complex. We are so happy to be able to be here this afternoon. Let's talk about here the Bulldogs out of Portageville. They are the away team this afternoon. They are coming in 10-4 so far this year. They've got good wins against Malden twice this year. They've beaten Hayti. They've beaten Bernie. They've also beaten Twin Rivers as well. They are coming in. They have won 10 of their last 14 ball games. By the way, their last district championship was all the way back in 2018 and 2019. They're averaging 52 points on offense. Defensively, they are allowing 41 points. They are the away team on the scoreboard, wearing their blue jerseys with the white trim, the white numbering. They're being coached by Jason Irby in his 12th season as the head basketball coach, with a record of 170-120, a winning percentage of .586. And the assistant coaches are Cody Carpenter, Jamie Massey, and Terry Smith Jr. We're going to turn things over to Sean Mannon, who is going to give us our first off the bench and our starting five for the Bulldogs out of Portageville.
All right, the first off the bench for the Portageville Bulldogs today are going to be Shane Townsend, number 0. He's a junior who's 5'11", is going to be on forward tonight. Also off the bench will be Jamison Smith, a 5'10" sophomore, and Connor Sells, a 6'2" junior, will be the first 3 players off the bench for the Portageville Bulldogs tonight. Their starting 5, starting with number 1, Alex Windsor, 5'11" senior, playing guard. Also number 3, Trey Townsend, 5'10" senior at guard. And they also have number 11, Jabryson Rand, a 6'2" senior. He's the third of the 3 guards they will have on the court tonight, starting for them. For forwards, they have number 15, Kellen Bills, a 6'1" senior, and number 22, Thomas Frakes, a 6'3" junior. The 2 forwards for the Portageville Bulldogs.
Those are the starting lineups here for the Bulldogs. Looking over at the Poplar Bluff Mules here this afternoon, they are coming in also 10-4. They are averaging 61 points on offense, defensively only allowing 55 points. And, of course, they are trying to capitalize from last season, making that huge, impressive run all the way to the quarterfinals. The Mules here this afternoon are being coached by Will Durden. He is in his 10th season with a record of 150-95, a winning percentage of .612. And the assistant coaches are Aaron Duncan, David Prater, and Joel McDuffie. Off the bench here this afternoon, Darius Graham, a 6-foot sophomore. Number 10, Torrance Williams, a 6'5" sophomore. And we believe number 12 is going to get that start. The starting 5 here this afternoon, we believe it's going to wind up and be 4 seniors and a junior. Number 3, Gavin Rivers. He is a 6'4" junior. Also number 4, Fentress Williams, a 6'5" senior. Number 5, Gage Rivers, a 6-foot senior. Number 11, Nick Brummett, a 6'2" senior. And number 12, Cannon Carr, going to get his first start this season. He is a 6-foot senior. Those are the starting 5 and the first off the bench for the Poplar Bluff Mules and the Portageville Bulldogs. We are now coming up, as you can see, about 3:15 to go before we tip off, coming up here this afternoon. And, of course, we've got Lee Wallace tuning in. Evansville, Indiana. What's the weather like over there, Lee? Grace Brooks, where have you been? Glad to have you alongside on Facebook. Thank you so much for the share, Grace. Make sure and share the video feed. We're going to step away. We're going to come right back with all the action. It is the Mules and the Bulldogs coming up next. You're listening to Mules Basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so here we go this afternoon. We are live and back here at the Libla Family Sports Complex. It is on the campus of Three Rivers College. And, of course, today it is the Mules on a rare Saturday afternoon game are going to take on the Bulldogs out of Portageville. And I'm sorry to hear that, Grace. You've not been getting those notifications. I wonder why that is. Well, you're back with us today, and that's all that matters. Our good friend Lee Wallace, not sure in the house, but all right, it's going to be nice and cool over there in Evansville, Indiana. Glad to have you alongside, and here we go. I believe we might be pausing for the national anthem.
Welcome to Team Best Court inside the Libla Family Sports Complex.
Let's go down courtside here.
For today's preliminary action between the Portageville Bulldogs and the Poplar Bluff Mules. First, the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Bulldogs.
All right, so we're going to do the starting lineups and no national anthem here.
With a record of 10-4 and in his 12th season, Bulldogs are coached by Jason Irby, assisted by Cody.
So we'll get the starting lineups here coming up from Colton Mannon, our PA guy for the day.
5'11" senior number 1, Alex Windsor.
Alex Windsor going to get that first start, 5'11" senior. Trey Townsend, got to watch him, 5'10" senior.
Senior number 11,
Jabryson Rand at number 11.
Senior number 15,
Keelan Bills, a 6'1" senior.
6'3" junior number
And number 22, Thomas Frakes, a 6'3" junior. Those are the starting lineups here today.
on the scoreboard.
And now we'll talk about Poplar Bluff. Andrew Jefferson.
Contest with a record of 10.
He is tuning in. Glad to have him alongside. He wants to see the Mules bring that big W today. He says, hoop, there it is. That's right. Coming up, the Mules, I'm hoping, are going to be able to take care of business coming up in just a few moments. Gavin Rivers getting that start today at 5'8", or make that a 6'4" junior. Number 4, Fentress Williams, a 6'5" senior. And, of course, we've got Gage Rivers. He had a big game the other night, scoring 32 points, a season high for him. Nick Brummett. And now Cannon Carr is going to get that start coming up here for the Poplar Bluff Mules. All right, Grace, the alumni game coming up for Three Rivers College. It is later on today. I believe all that gets started right after our varsity game here today.
Yes, it'll be a little bit later this afternoon. We got both the women and the men games playing tonight right here at the Libla Family Sports Complex.
All right, so hope that answers your question, Grace. Here we go. Ball goes in the air, and we are going to be underway, taken by the Poplar Bluff Mules. They're going to go from right to left on your radio dial. Gavin Rivers, a 3, and just like that, that is presented by Poplar Bluff Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialists. What a great shot by Gavin Rivers to open the contest. Wide open 3, nice dish by Gage Rivers. And now on the other end, you look at the defense here by the Poplar Bluff Mules. Windsor is going to have the ball now. A bounce pass over to Rand. Rand guarded by Cannon Carr. We'll see what Rand does with it. There's a backdoor pass to Trey Townsend. Townsend one-on-one, goes inside the paint. No look pass to Windsor. Windsor now is going to dribble it back out, guarded by Rivers. And now once again at Townsend for 3. This one in and out, no good. And it's going to be stepped out of bounds by Poplar Bluff. And it will belong to the Portageville Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Portageville did a lot of movement to get the ball out to open three-point shot that went out. Poplar Bluff going to get the rebound, stepped out of bounds.
We'll get that scoreboard up in just a moment. There's an offense, or I should say a defensive foul on the inbound. Keelan Bills He is able to knock it in, and Fentress an inadvertent elbow. And now it is a 3-2 ball game, and Fentress Williams is going to pick up the first foul.
Absolutely. Just kind of got a little handsy there going up, try to block that shot, and that's what caused the foul to be called.
Big crowd watching us on social media. Free throw is up and no good. Fentress Williams now coming away with the rebound. Gage Rivers, a career high for him, 32 points on Tuesday night. Williams now going inside the paint. He's wide open. He missed the opportunity. Gage Rivers for three. It's off the front end. It's no good. Rebounded this time by Jabryson Rand. And Fentress Williams was wide open, thought he was still being guarded heavily. He decided to pass up a wide open shot inside the paint. Townsend works it outside to Rand. Rand now back to Townsend, top of the key. And boy, Townsend, we got to watch him. This young man is averaging 14 points a ball game. There he goes inside the paint. Nobody blocks out. And now the Bulldogs lead by one. It's now 4-3. And Gage Rivers now inside the paint. Good backdoor pass to Brummett. Brummett a little bit too strong. And the rebound is going to come back to the Bulldogs. Keelan Bills puts his big body in the paint, grabbing that loose ball rebound. Boy, Bills killed us last year as well. He is a player. And now the Bulldogs, Keelan Bills, no good on the shot off the backboard. Gavin Rivers now with the rebound. Here comes Gage all the way to the rim. It's no good. Cannon Carr with the offensive rebound. He will put it up and score. So Cannon Carr on the offensive board, and now the Mules lead 5-4. Mules have led by as many as 3 in this ball game, and they trailed by 1. Now they lead by 1 here with 5:28 left to play first quarter. Rand double teamed by Williams and by Cannon Carr. He'll back it out, reset. Now Trey Townsend in the right corner. He is guarded by Gavin Rivers. They'll work it back out top. The Mules on a 2-3 zone. Boy, Gage Rivers, he has really been playing some good basketball here of late. Keelan Bills drops it off inside, and a whistle and a foul coming up. I believe it's going to be on Fentress Williams. It is going to be his second personal foul, and that's going to hurt the Mules just a little bit, Sean.
Absolutely. Definitely don't want to get into foul trouble this early in the first quarter. I think they ended up calling it actually on Gavin Rivers.
They sure did. Yeah. I thought that was going to be on Fentress, so the Mules will catch a break. So Torrance Williams now is going to come in for Fentress Williams. I think Coach Durden thinks that was on Fentress also. I don't think he thinks that was on Gavin.
Yeah, but.
So they've got it against Gavin Rivers. So nevertheless, it is now 6-5 as Thomas Franks makes both free throws. And now for the Mules, they will work it up top. Gage Rivers going down the lane, had it stripped away, and now Bills will come away with a steal somehow. Was able to maintain the dribble. I thought that was going to be. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Gage Rivers.
Gage just playing real aggressive defense there in the backcourt, trying to pressure number 3, Trey Townsend. Unfortunately, got his hands a little too close and drew that foul.
See, even Sarah agrees with me. I think that last foul was on Fentress too, Sarah. They've got it listed for Gavin, but I think the ref said 5 or 4 fingers, not 3. Nevertheless, 6-5, the Bulldogs lead. Trey Townsend up and over, it's no good. Bales an offensive rebound, never mind. It'll be Gavin Rivers on the breakaway. And just like that, Cannon Carr lays it up and scores. He's got 4 points.
That was excellent alertiveness by Cannon Carr to get down the court on the takeaway. Have receptive there for an easy catch and layup there to put the Mules ahead.
I know Kenny Hosler is tuning in this afternoon from the radio side of things. Glad to have him alongside. Ryan Pennington's along there with him. They're on their way back from a South Iron tournament. We'll see Kenny Hosler later on tonight for the Lady Raiders. 3-point basket by Trey Townsend. It drains it. And just like that, it is now 9-7. Portageville with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, Portageville just finding open men there on the perimeter to get shots and able to put themselves back up top in this game.
You know, as soon as I said that, Kenny Hosler now makes his way into the gym, so he was already almost here. There's another steal by the Portageville Bulldogs, and now it is 3:18 to play. They lead by 2. Good to see Marion Tibbs joining us on Facebook. How you doing, Mr. Tibbs? A three-point basket by Trey Townsend, no good. There's an offensive rebound. This one is up and no good as well. So following Frakes' offensive rebound, Windsor could not get that shot to go. Now we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up on Bryson Rand. It is the first foul. We're going to see Shane Townsend coming in for Thomas Franks. Also, Alex Windsor is going to take a seat. Connor Sales comes in for him. Gavin Rivers, Cannon Carr going to check out for the Mules. Roberson is going to check in for the first time alongside Gage Rivers, and Nick Brummett goes up and he will draw the contact. It'll be a three-point opportunity coming up. It is presented by Christian Automotive and Tire. And we're going to see coming in, it'll be Jamarian Smith is going to come in for Shane Townsend as he picked up his first foul right off of the inbound. Three-point opportunity is up, and it is good there by Nick Brummett. And now the Mules lead by 1 again, 10-9. Make sure and drop us a line where you're watching from. If you're watching from Poplar Bluff or Portageville, let us know if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. And a turnover, a rare turnover by the Bulldogs with 2:41 to go here in quarter number 1. Mules here showing they're doing very well here early on, up by 1, as Roberson now in the corner is going to work it outside to Gage Rivers. Now Brummett picked up by Smith. And now Gage Rivers, 32 points, a three-point basket. This one is off the mark. It's no good. It doesn't touch rim. And the Bulldogs now will take it back over, down by 1.
Yeah, just rushed a shot a little bit. It ended up going a bit wide as the Bulldogs now coming down the court.
So now the Bulldogs with it. Rand, or make that Keelan Bills rather. Keelan Bills works it outside to Smith. Trey Townsend, if the Bulldogs are going to be successful, then I can tell you now, Trey Townsend is going to have to get every bit of his average of 14 points. Rand over to Bills, and now back over to Trey Townsend. Townsend is such a finesse player. This shot is no good, near the elbow, rebounded by Nick Brummett. Make no mistake about it, Portageville, they've got some players on this basketball team, and they're going to give the Mules trouble as Torrance Williams is going to lose it. Good job by Rand to take it away from Torrance Williams. I told you, this Portageville team, they've come to play.
Absolutely. They're being real aggressive on defense and forcing the Mules to be making mistakes. A few turnovers here to start the game tonight for Poplar Bluff.
We're going to see Jack Scott checking in momentarily for Poplar Bluff, a 6'6" junior. Of course, he has been out for the majority of this season due to the ankle injury, but he played the other night. Three-point basket by Rand is no good. It is rebounded by Gage Rivers. Bethnal's going to check in as well. Gage Rivers goes coast to coast, his first bucket of the ball game, and now the Mules lead by 3, their largest here of this first quarter. They lead at 12-9. We've got a foul coming up against the Mules. It's going to be on Gage Rivers, and that's number 2 on him. So we're going to see Alex Windsor coming in for Rand. Also coming in now is Trey Bethnal. He's going to check in for Connor Sales. Gavin Rivers is going to check back in for Gage Rivers, who's going to have to go to the bench following his second personal foul. Torrance Williams also going to check out as Jack Scott comes in and comes away with a big-time steal. So Jack Scott already making his presence known. This one not going to fall for Jack, but Gavin Rivers goes back up top. It's no good and gets his own missed shot. So 2 opportunities, and this time he will miss a third, and Townsend comes away with the rebound. Boy, the Mules had a chance inside the paint twice.
Yeah, had 3 total chances, 2 right there under the basket, unable to come away with points here in the last 30 seconds.
So now Portageville is going to work on getting the last shot. Trey Townsend, this one in and out, no good. Roberson comes away with the rebound. So now the Mules come down 3 seconds. Darius Graham going to go up. It's too strong. And just like that, the Mules will end the quarter. They still lead by 3. It is 12-9. Your score. You're listening to Mules Basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500. First Choice Insurance. Let their family protect your family. They provide insurance for home, auto, life, health, farm, and recreational vehicles. Call today for a free quote. 573-686-2870. First Choice Insurance. Our family protecting your family.
And we are back here as we get set now for the second quarter. Poplar Bluff leading this second quarter right now. They lead at 12-9. And for the Bulldogs, they're going to go back to their same starting 5 as Windsor now is going to inbound. And, of course, you've got Bryson Rand. Keelan Bills is also back in the ballgame, as is Thomas Franks. He will take a three-point basket, no good. And Roberson, again, with another big-time basket, or a big rebound, rather. So now he takes an open two-point shot. It's no good. We're going to get a whistle here and a foul as Roberson could not get that shot to fall. It's going to be on Keelan Bills. It'll be number 1 on him, and that's team foul number 3. Mules now going to inbound. They've got most of their starting 5 on the floor as well. Trey Townsend, he is going to be what gets this team going. And we're going to get a foul here against the Bulldogs here. It's underneath. Cannon Carr back in for Poplar Bluff as well. Also, Jack Scott is going to be on Thomas Frakes, his first. And now, just like that, Sean, each team with 4 personal fouls for the team in this half.
Yes, both fouls starting to accumulate as Poplar Bluff almost turns it over, but goes back to get it right there at the backcourt. Now, number 3, Gavin Rivers, passes it off to number 11 and 21 on the outside.
Now, Mules shooting 36%, and the struggles continue as Gavin Rivers misses a three-point basket. On the other side, you look at the Bulldogs, they're shooting 25%. Mules shooting 33, Bulldogs 25%. Trey Townsend, he gets a lane, goes up, count it, and the foul. He's got 7 of the team's 11, and now he will have an opportunity to tie the ball game at 12 apiece. So Roberson is going to be called for the personal foul. Gage Rivers now going to check in. He's got 2 fouls. He's got to be careful. Make sure and share this video feed for us as the free throw is no good. Gavin Rivers will now get the rebound. Share the video feed for us. Gage Rivers a little bit out of control. Is going to be last touch by Frakes, and it's going to stay right here with Poplar Bluff. What is going on this Saturday afternoon? What's everybody doing who's tuning in on Facebook or YouTube, obviously watching the game? Any plans after this game coming up tonight? Also, thank you again for tuning in on the radio side of things as well. Gage Rivers, he goes down the lane inside the paint. I got to tell you, Sean, real quick, if the Mules start to lose this game, and he stepped out of bounds, he actually crossed. It's going to be a turnover on Bryson Rand, and the Mules will get it right back. Torrance Williams now is going to check in for Jack Scott. I was going to tell you, anytime the Mules start to lose this game, my grandma Jackie tunes in every day on the radio, loves the Mules. She will blame this on you if we lose today.
I understand that. I'm willing to take that blame, but I think the Mules are playing strong here, got a 3-point lead. as I say that, they turned over and
nearly
the ball
turned
back.
it over. Cannon Carr, though, he is having quite the ball game. He's got 6 points here in the first half of play. A timeout called by the Portageville Bulldogs. Mules basketball here this season. It's all being brought to you by our good friends at First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, Poplar Bluff Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Ozark Federal Credit Union, Air Solutions, and First Choice Insurance. Following a 30-second timeout by the Bulldogs out of Portageville. Mules are shooting 39%, and the Bulldogs right at 31%.
Yes, Poplar Bluff starting to kind of pull away here. They're getting a bit of a lead here in this last little bit. They need to kind of slow down a bit. A few turnovers here, especially right there, that have led to possibilities for Portageville. But if they can keep those turnovers down, I think Poplar Bluff is still going to be able to kind of extend this lead a bit.
Sophie Rowland tuning in. She says, go Cannon, loves what she sees so far, as Cannon Carr already with 6 points here in the first half. Lee Wallace, oh, I forgot about this. He is watching the football playoffs. I forgot that is today. First game, I think, is what the Cincinnati Bengals, right? They play first today. There's a pull-up jumper by Keelan Bills. All right, Lee, who's playing today in the NFL playoffs? Blocking foul coming up. Good job by Gavin Rivers. It'll be on Keelan Bills. If it's on him, it is number 2, and it is.
Yes, that is a big kind of the Mules coming back, just allowing the shot on the other end. Quick drive, gets the foul, and it's going to be going to the free throw line for 2 shots right now.
So Gavin Rivers now, 2 free throws presented by Christian Automotive. First one is up. It's no good. 54% this season on the free throw line. We're going to see Gage Rivers taking a seat. Darius Graham going to come back in. That's right, the Niners play the Packers later on tonight. Both free throws are missed, and the offensive rebound is no good by Torrance Williams. It's going to go up and out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Bulldogs. So the Mules missing both free throws. Thank you, Grace. I forgot the Niners are playing the Packers. I got to tell you, I kind of hope the Green Bay Packers get it done tonight. I don't like the Niners that much. There's a steal. Good job by the Mules. As we see Nick Brummett reaching in there. And just like that, the Mules' second opportunity is up and good for Brummett. Brummett now leads 18-13. I know everybody's waiting for that game tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. The Chiefs are going to play a big-time game against the Buffalo Bills. Is the Buffalo Bills going to pull the upset?
I know some people like to see it go both ways. Not gonna lie.
I think so. Bills' shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Torrance Williams. And good job there by the Bulldogs back on defense. But Gavin Rivers, he is able to take it up and score. And now we get another timeout. And I believe it's going to be a 30-second timeout variety. Oh, Grace, I didn't lose you. We got to have that friendly competition, right? 30-second timeout. Mules now lead 20-15. I know it says 18-15. That's not the score. 20-13 is the correct score. Mules basketball presented by Las Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco Taco, Christian Auto Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Briggs & Stratton, the Scott Law Group, LLC, and the Bank of Missouri. Proud supporters of Poplar Bluff Mules basketball.
A lot of good hustle plays, especially right there. Gavin Rivers getting the steal, coming back, and when the tip on the long pass was able to kind of adjust himself, grab the pass, and get it up and get 2 points to extend the Mules lead to 7 here.
I like to hear that, Grace. We appreciate that. We're going to have a lot of fun this afternoon. Let's see. New England's in action coming up today. I think they are. Did they lose last week? I don't even remember. I don't watch a lot of football, I watch college football, not a lot of pro football. That's how much I'm in the game. I'll look it up on my phone here in just a moment. Rand tries to get it to Shane Townsend as Townsend back in the ball game now. Shane Townsend. And we're going to get a double dribble coming up on Shane Townsend. And just like that, we're going to get coming back in Jamarian Smith. On the other end, you've got the Mules leading 20-13. Poplar Bluff shooting 41% And by the way, they have out-rebounded so far 15-5 in favor of the Mules in the rebound category. Torrance Williams fighting for the ball, nearly lost it. Good concentration inside the paint. Turnaround jumper too strong. Boy, what a move. What a rebound by Trey Townsend. He's got 7 of their 13 points right now in this half. Under 4 to play here in the first half. Mules lead by 7. It is their largest lead of this game. Coming up after this one, the Lady Raiders are going to play coming up, and then the men later on tonight. It is the alumni reunion today. Rand goes up, and a foul going to be called. I believe it's on Gavin Rivers. No, they're going to say Torrance Williams got him. So Torrance picks up foul number 1. Jabryson Rand on the free throw line now. Mules have 16 fouls already here with 3:40 left to go in the first half. First free throw is up, and it is good at 20-14 the score. And we're going to see David Durbin coming in for Darius Graham. Boy, one thing the Mules have got to figure out, got to get their bench production up, especially now more than ever. Second free throw by Rand, nothing but net, cuts it down to a 5-point game. 3:38 to play here in the first half. Good job by Gage Rivers. Gives it to Nick Brummett. Brummett outside to Rivers. Now David Durbin. He works it around to make that Gage. Brummett for 3, top of the key. A little bit short. And the rebound going to be taken by Rand. And here come the Bulldogs now. Trey Townsend. No look pass over to Smith in the corner. He's going to dribble it back up to the top of the key. Smith picked up by Nick Brummett. 3:09 to play here in the first half. And the Mules right now lead it by 5. It is 20-15 the score. Boy, David Durbin almost got crossed up there. Boy, good job by Rand. Shot did not fall somehow. Rebound comes back to the Mules. Gavin Rivers, what a move by Gage Rivers to Torrance Williams. It is too strong. And the rebound comes back to the Bulldogs. Boy, what a strong pass.
Yeah, that was an excellent buildup by the Mules. However, the final shot just a tad too strong and bounced out of the way for the rebound for Torrance Williams.
Torrance Williams is going to be called for the foul, a hard foul, and that's team foul number 7. It's going to put Trey Townsend on the free throw line. Thank you, Grace. Today is Bengals and Titans, the Niners and the Packers. Tomorrow is the Rams and Buccaneers, then Bills and Chiefs. Let's take it one game at a time. Today, who you going for? Bengals or the Titans? That's what I want to know right now. 20-16 the score as Fentress Williams now going to come back in the ballgame for Torrance Williams. Second free throw by Trey Townsend knocks them both down, back to a 3-point lead. 20-17, Trey Townsend with 9. Gage Rivers' shot is no good. Could not get it to go. And just like that now, looking back the other direction, Mules now quickly down the floor, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up against Poplar Bluff. Oh, boy, that's going to be a big one. That's his 3rd personal foul. That is a big foul, and that's going to put, he was in the active shooting. So Gage Rivers, 4 points, 2 assists, and one rebound so far. So Cannon Carr, it's going to be a 1-1. They're going to say he was not in the active shooting. So today, Bengals 1-1 is up, and it's good by Trey Townsend. Grace says she's going for Tennessee. Who are you going for, Sean?
I'm going for Tennessee. It's the closest team to us. I wouldn't mind seeing them get a win.
All right. So he's got the Tennessee Titans. Second free throw is no good by Trey Townsend. I like the way Burrow's playing right now for the Bengals. I'm like you. I want to see the Titans get the win. They are closer to us. But Joe Burrow is playing pretty good football right now.
Absolutely.
Lee Wallace lets me know at 3:30 today. Turnover against the Mules. And let's compare notes here. The Mules have 4 turnovers. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs, they've got 5. 20-18 the score. Mules only lead by a couple of points. Coming up at halftime, we're going to be joined by our good friend John Scott, the school board president. He will join us coming up at half. And a foul coming up here as Keelan Bills goes up, and that's going to be on Fentress Williams. They say that Fentress has 2. I'm not so sure that might be the case. I'll keep my mouth shut. We'll go ahead and say he's got 2. Keelan Bills will get a chance for 2 points the old-fashioned way. First free throw is no good. Coming in for the Mules, Darius Grahams. Fentress Williams takes a seat. Also, David Durbin is going to check out. Jack Scott back in the ball game. Sarah Lacey says, let's go, boys. She is ready to see a Mules win. Second free throw by Bills is up and good. Mules had a 7-point lead. Right now they lead by a point. Darius Graham. Graham, there you go. There's an outside jumper near the paint. His first points of the ball game. I had that crowd mic turned off for some reason. I wonder why things were quiet in my ears. So now Smith tries to throw it, and it's going to be out of bounds. Eventually, it's going to be a turnover against the Bulldogs as Connor Sales could not get that shot to go down.
Excellent hustle, just unable to get to the ball to keep it from going out of bounds and throwing it in the backcourt. Mules ball with minute 11 left here in the first half.
107 now. The Mules lead by 3. It's 22-19 the score.
Got number 11, kicks off to number 3, Gavin Rivers. He gives it back to Nick Brummett, finding Jack Scott under the basket. Quick pass, number 3, Gavin Rivers. He puts it up and off the backboard for 2 more points for the Mules here. It is now 24-19, 39 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Good job there by the Mules on that one. It's now 35 seconds and counting. 24-19 is the current score.
Portageville kicks it out to the top of the key. Number 3, Trey Townsend, trying to make a dribble drive, unable to do it. Finally kicks it off, but in the process commits a travel. It is going to be the Mules ball on the turnover. 20 seconds left, 24-19 up right now.
So now Roberson back in the ball game for Gavin Rivers. We've got 20 seconds left here in the ball game, or I should say in the first half. I wish it was the ball game. But nevertheless,
Poplar Bluff Mules now kicking around the top. 7 seconds left, looking for that one final shot to end half. Number 2, Darius Graham, tries to drive, hits a 3.
There it is. Money by Darius Graham, presented by Poplar Bluff Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. And the Mules, just like that, they will end the first half with a bang as the Mules now lead at 27-19 the score. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with your halftime report as the Mules right now lead this ball game by a score of 27-19. You're listening to Mules Basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Go Mules! The Bank of Missouri wishes the Mules a fantastic season. Live well, play well, bank well. At 130 years strong, you can count on us to support you through all the seasons of life.
The Scott Law Group, a family-owned firm providing trusted legal counsel for matters pertaining to real estate, personal injury, criminal, and family law. Call 785-4688 or online, scottlawgroupmode.com.
And we are back here live in Poplar Bluff as the Mules right now lead this game here 27-19. And now I've got my very good friend John Scott joining us here. And of course, Mr. Scott, we are so glad to have you alongside. Tell me how things are going for you, and I am just so happy to have you.
Good to see you, Frankie. Yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. Nice facility. Nice to watch a game in a good facility. Much
really
better
is.
sound system than we have at home. But
You
no,
think
it's good.
so?
It's good, man. It's been interesting. Good first half. A little frustrating at times, but teams kind of figuring out their new roles with Darien not being out there. And I think we're growing through it. I was afraid we were going to have another second quarter letdown like we've had, but we came back there at the end.
Right.
There's the big three. Looks good. So, I like the team. They're kind of feeling their way through it. A little too fancy trying to shoot layups down here. I feel like we need to just shoot layups.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I was going to say I think that maybe we're becoming a little bit too fancy at times, but I like the way the Mules have really taken things over here the last stretch of that first half. And now they've got a small lead at 27-19, but you can't sleep on Trey Townsend, number 3. If you do, he's going to make you pay every time.
Yes, and one thing I've noticed, our defense has been good. We've been very intense, came out strong early. I like to see that intensity. And we've kind of frustrated that guy. And Portageville's done an excellent job of hanging on and keeping it close. And, if they can hang along, it's anybody's game. But I feel like that if we can stay focused and just make some layups, man, it'd be a 15, 16-point game.
Oh, I'm with you 100%. So let me ask you this real quick. And, of course, we'll get to our social media comments coming up in just a few moments. Let me ask you about the school district in general. I mean, I know it's been some trying times the last few weeks with everything going on, but somehow Poplar Bluff has been able to stay in school, and that's always a great sign.
Yes, absolutely, and we've said it, I forget what we've said when or what I've said when, but during the football season we talked a little bit more about it, but, we can't control what happens in other places. We can't control what happens in Washington, D.C. or Seattle, Washington, or, St. Louis or anywhere else. All we can really control is what happens in our community, in our school, in our backyard, and so that's what we do. And we've done, I believe, an excellent job of not only keeping our kids and our people, our teachers, and our staff safe, but also being open as much as we possibly can. And it's been, frankly, it's been difficult recently just with the numbers of people out. Not terrible, but just a large number, mainly of staff that have just been actually sick and gone.
Right.
So we've had to really shuffle around. I know our building principals, our building administrators, and our teachers who are there have done an excellent job of being able to, on the fly every day, come up with a plan so that we can stay open. We're seeing our numbers drop a little bit. Friday, we had a good number of people there in school. So, Frankie, we've done a good job. Hats off to the people in the community for being patient with us. And we know that the most important thing for kids during school time is to be in school. They don't do well out of school. We've seen that. And I think now the rest of the country is waking up to that notion that a lot of communities, a lot of these kids are going to suffer for a very long time because they were out of school for so long.
Absolutely.
And so we plan to keep going, man. We're going to forge ahead every child, every hour, every day.
Somehow Poplar Bluff has been able to make this happen, and I'm just so happy that our educators, it seems like right now that this nasty crud is going through a lot of our teachers.
It really is, and we've had to shuffle some things around, but we're seeing the numbers come back around. I personally feel like that if we can ride out another few weeks, then I feel like this thing's going to blow through. It's going to probably be with us forever, a yearly deal, but I feel like the big numbers are going to drop off, and hopefully by spring things will get back to some semblance of normalcy. And we've had a lot of people. We got a little help with the weather the other day. That helped to get a little bad weather. We were closed an extra day. That helped us get a few people back. Because we don't want to just have kids sitting in a classroom not learning anything. We certainly want them to learn.
Right.
And we're never going to stay open when we don't have enough staff to keep the school going safely and effectively. So far, we've been able to do it, man. We've been blessed locally with a lot of understanding people on both sides of issues so that we can keep rolling. for the benefit of the kids, because we all know it's not about us. It's not about the parents. It's not about the teachers.
That's right.
It's not about, it's about the kids in the classroom learning. And we do what we can for that to happen.
You want some of this green drink, John?
Well, I don't know. It depends on if you got anything good in there.
It's got all the good stuff.
Do you ever drink one that's not green?
No.
Always green.
So always got to be green.
I got you.
All right, so before you go, real quick, by the way, Tom Cash is tuning in from Wichita, Kansas. So let's go back here. I want to get your thoughts here today. Later on, 3:30, you've got the Bengals and Titans. Who you got?
Titans. I like I like Joey Burrow.
That's what I was saying earlier.
But I think the Titans have a better team.
Niners and Packers. Who you got tonight? Packers. He's a cheesehead, Grace. You'll like that. Tomorrow, you've got the Rams and the Buccaneers. If you say very good, I was going to say if you say the Rams, I'm cutting your mic off.
I'm never for the Rams. I don't care who they're playing.
I'm a big Tom Brady guy.
Yeah.
That's kind of sours you on this next game. Bills and Chiefs.
Frankie, I don't want people to burn my house down. I tell you what, I like the Josh Allen, right? He's the quarterback for the Bills.
He's the quarterback.
That guy is a heck of an athlete, heck of a player, heck of a story for that guy. How he got to where he is. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Frankie. I'm going to go a little bit bandwagon. I'm going to say, Chief, they look so good the other night, I don't think the Bills can beat them.
I like to see Patrick Mahomes retire after this year. I'm not a big Chiefs kind of guy.
I'm not really either, but I do think as good as they looked the other night, I feel like they're going to have a hard time.
I still say if we see the Chiefs, if we see the Buccaneers in a rematch, I think Tom Brady will take Mahomes to school yet again this season. I'm just going to say it.
I can't disagree with you, Frankie. I cannot.
Tuesday night, we're going to be in Kennett. You're going to be there, right?
I'll be there, yes.
You'll be there right there beside me all game.
I'll be there, whatever you need me for.
I'm paying you big bucks to be down there.
Double my salary.
Get a hot dog, too, while you're there. John, thank you so much, my friend. John Scott joining us live here at the half, and that means that we're about to get things set for the second half, and it looks like it'll be the starting five for both teams as we begin this second half in Poplar Bluff right now. They will inbound the ball, and they've got a lead of 27-19.
The first half is really a game of runs as both teams end up going on big runs towards the end. Poplar Bluff, the biggest run at the end to give himself an 8-point lead as we start off the second half. Number 3, Gavin Rivers, gets it into number 4, Fentress Williams, who kicks it out, sitting in the corner over to number 12, Cannon Carr, as he finds number 5, Gage Rivers there on the outside. That's a 3-point shot from Rivers, just rims out. Rebound number 22 for Portageville. Thomas Frakes is now Portageville coming up the court. Trey Townsend brings it over half court. He's met by the man-to-man defense from the Mules. He kicks it over to number 1, Alex Windsor, who dribbles it outside. Quick pump fake, 3-point shot from Trey Townsend as he buries it. That brings the lead to only 5. The Mules up 27-22. Number 5, Gage Rivers, bringing that down the court for the Mules. He finds Nick Brummett, who gets it in. Number 4, Fentress Williams with the 2-point layup there under the hoop. That brings the Mules lead to 7, 29-22.
Trey Townsend, he's got 13 points here in the ball game, and he's averaging 14. So one more point away, Sean, and he'll be at his average. And by the way, we just started the third quarter with the Mules lead by 7. And there you go again. Townsend now make it 15 points for him this afternoon.
Absolutely. He's been on a tear here to start the second half as the Mules bring it down the court. Quick back cut pass to number 11, Nick Brummett, unable to go in. Fentress Williams gets the rebound, goes up, and gets fouled for a 2-point shot. As he gets it to go down and gets the foul as well, he will now head to the line to try to make this an 8-point lead with 6:21 left here in the first half. The foul was on number 24, I believe.
Number 11, Bryson Rand picked up the foul. And Williams now at the free throw line, presented by Christian Automotive and Tire. It's no good. And the rebound to Windsor and the Bulldogs, with them leading, or I should say the Mules leading by 7. Paula Webb says good afternoon to both of us, and let's go Mules. Glad to have you alongside Miss Webb.
Bulldogs with a quick back cut pass. Number 15 draws the foul, unable to get the shot to go down. The foul on number 4, Fentress Williams. I believe his third? Yeah, third for the night. He might be sitting down. They're going to leave him out here at the start of the second half as number 15. Keelan Bills will take to the free throw line. He makes the first one, 31-25 the score. As number 10, there goes Fentress Williams. He'll be taking a seat. Number 10, Torrance Williams coming in for the Mules as Bills lines up for his second free throw shot. It is up and good. 31-26 the score. 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's number 3, Gavin Rivers brings it down for Poplar Bluff. He finds Cannon Carr, who drives and gets fouled there along the baseline. The foul on number 3, Trey Townsend. His first personal foul of the game.
So Townsend picks up a foul, and he's got his first of the afternoon so far. And now they inbound the ball to Nick Brummett, who works it up top to Cannon Carr.
As Poplar Bluff still brings it inside. We got a rebound by Torrance Williams as he tries to make a shot, but he kicks it out instead. Poplar Bluff now passing it along the perimeter. Gavin Rivers at the top. He finds Gage Rivers, who drives, goes for the shot, but it was blocked. Got Torrance Williams with the rebound, and it kicks it out.
This Portageville team, they've come to play here this afternoon. By the way, Paula Webb, she says the prayers are still flowing in for Darian Webb. He is on the bench right now, Miss Webb, and let me tell you, he has been an inspiration to this whole basketball team, and we are just we're so devastated he can't play out there right now, but he is out there doing the best he can to make this team even better. There's a foul on Mr. Sells, and we're going to see Gage Rivers or make that. Gage Rivers takes a seat as Darius Graham comes back in the ball game.
We got Nick Brummett with the drive, kicks it off to Williams, but Williams unable to hold on to the ball as it goes out of bounds. It is going to be Portageville ball.
You know, the Mules are shooting 42% here in this ball game. The Bulldogs are shooting 39%, but the Mules have 5 turnovers. The Bulldogs only with 7 here so far in this game.
Trey Townsend's going to bring it down the court for the Portageville Bulldogs. Screen set up. He drives past it, kicks it out to Bryson Rand. We got number 15, Caleb Bills, went up for a shot, was partially blocked, but he was able to get the rebound, kicks it out. He now has it back at the block. He kicks it out for a 3-point, but now he decides not to. Got Rand trying to make the drive again, and he decides against it. Kicks it out. Townsend is now pulling in 2 Mules players. But Portageville, a lot of driving, but not so much shooting. They're not being able to get good shots here on this possession. Being able to get a little bit of penetration, but not able to find a great shot. We now get the 3 from Trey Townsend, and nothing but air as it's picked up by Gavin Rivers.
Could have been partially blocked there as well as Cannon Carr with a big 3. This one off the front end, no good. Look at the offensive rebounding by Poplar Bluff, and now we get a foul.
Absolutely. Good rebound leads to a nice shot attempt, and the foul, they will put number 2, Darius Graham, on the line for 2 shots here.
Presented by Christian Automotive and Tire as Darius Graham, Mules Basketball presented by First Midwest Bank, also being brought to you by Kevin's Auto Repair, Poplar Bluff Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, and Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers as Graham will miss the first free throw.
Yeah, just shorted a little bit, went off the front rim, unable to get that first shot. The second free throw is up and good. Mules lead 33-26 as Portageville gets ready to inbound the ball. We had a substitution. Number 2 is sitting down for the Mules, Darius Graham.
He's got 6 points here in this ball game. Hard to believe it's been 6 points. He's really come on strong here in this second half.
Portageville coming across half court. Bryson Rand gets trapped, was able to get the ball away. It looks like
offensive foul. Yes, sir. And that's going to be a big foul on Keelan Bills. And that's number 3 on him. So him and Rand each with 3 fouls. And we are literally midway through this third quarter. Mules lead at 32-26.
Yeah, Keelan just got a little bit too much elbow going in for the drive there. It's going to be the Mules ball as Portageville has 5 fouls here in the second half so far. Nick Brummett kicks it back to Gage Rivers, who gives it to Gavin Rivers.
Boy, what a move by Gavin Rivers. My goodness.
While I was looking down for the stat sheet real quick, he does a quick drive and was able to get the bucket. 34-26, Mules lead.
And don't feel bad. For those of you that are tuning in, Sean's getting his first experience here of doing play-by-play in this half for this ball game. I told him I wanted him to do most of it. We're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. Don't feel bad. Even today, we're 15 games in now. I still occasionally get Gavin and Gage mixed up.
It happens.
It happens.
And especially this game has been compared to especially the Jackson game, not a lot of stops, a lot of quick movement here in this game tonight. As Portageville turns it over, we have Gavin Rivers goes for the layup, unable to get it, but he stepped on. I thought he was able to get a foul going up for the shot, but he stepped on the line.
So that last foul they've called against Portageville is wrong. They've got it as a number 12, and there's not a number 12 out there. So
I wonder if they called it on Poplar Bluff, because Poplar Bluff has 2 fouls now. Last I looked, they have 1. So if that
may have been.
They called that on Cannon Carr instead of on Portageville.
So Gage Rivers is going to come out. Also on the other end, for the Bulldogs, they're going to have Jabryson Rand taking a seat.
And Bills inbounds it to Townsend as he's going to, Shane Townsend, who crosses the center court, hands it over to Trey Townsend as he is surveying what the Mules defense is giving him. Looks like it's going to be straight man, a double screen setup for him. He's able to get around that. As Shane then passes it over to 24 Connor Sells, who gives it right back. Shane Townsend kind of trying to figure out what the Mules defense is going to allow them, as the man-to-man defense has been very suffocating here in this half for the Mules. As soon as they get as Portageville gets to the three-point line, the Mules are right on them. 2:34 left. As Shane Townsend again surveying what the Mules will give him. He hands it off to Alex Windsor. As number 2 Darius Graham gets closer, Mules look like maybe trying to force 5-second violations, as the Portageville Bulldogs not getting any kind of penetration right now into the lane. As finally a drive and a shot unable to go down for Trey Townsend. Mules back down the court. A block.
Oh, what a nice move by Darius Graham as he goes coast to coast. That was high off the backboard. Count that one and the foul. And the Mules now with a three-point play the old-fashioned way, presented by Christian Automotive and Tire. They now lead by 10.
Yeah, as Darius Graham went in almost with his back to the basket, going for that shot, was able to draw the foul and get the points, as a timeout has been called on the floor.
Be by the Bulldogs, I believe, the Portageville Bulldogs. All right, Sean, so we've done 6 minutes of you doing play-by-play. It's not simple, is it?
I never thought it would be. It's a lot of moving parts going on at once that you got to kind of get your head around. I've stopped even trying to do stats. I'll let that be Frankie's job for right now, because he does a lot better at that than I do. But I think it's been a great game so far. Mules especially able to kind of get that lead back up to 8 here in the second half, as Portageville's gotten close. Mules pulled away. Portageville's gotten close. Mules pull away again. Hopefully the Mules can keep pulling away and not let Portageville get this close again as we move into the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left.
Mules shooting 43% right now from the field. Portageville shooting 33%. And looking at the Mules right now, Gavin Rivers with 9 points. Darius Graham's got 8 points. Also, Nick Brummett's got 5 points. 4 points each by Fentress Williams and by Gage Rivers. And then, of course, that's 6 points by Cannon Carr. You look at the other side, Trey Townsend, he's got 15 points right now. 2 points by Jabryson Rand. Keelan Bills has 7 points. And then, of course, that's basically all your scoring right now, as Graham will have a chance for a three-point play. It is presented by Christian Automotive. It is up, and it is also good. And now the Mules with their biggest lead of the game, and they lead by 11. There's another turnover by Alex Windsor. And, of course, the Mules now, they are in the position they want to be in, as we see Jabryson Rand going to come back in for Shane Townsend.
Yeah, Portageville unable to get the ball in before the 5 seconds. Mules quick toss. Torrance Williams, who goes in on the baseline and is able to get in for the easy layup, 39-26.
That's his first bucket of the ball game, and now the Mules lead by 13 with under 2 to play here in the third.
As Portageville, number 3, Trey Townsend, brings that down the court, trying to kickstart this Portageville offense. He has a free layup.
Whoa.
Goes in. He was quick as a whistle right there. Trey Townsend able to get 2 more points. Long pass by the Mules. It is intercepted by Alex Windsor, as Portageville has the ball, coming back a minute and a half, down by 9 right now here in the third quarter.
I'm telling you, this, even though it was a 13-point lead, this Portageville team is not going to give up. A fun fact here by Trey Townsend, 17 points of their team's 28 points. He is the real deal.
Yeah, he has been the playmaker for them today as he kicks off to Alex Windsor, who starts to drive, pulls out, gives it back to Trey Townsend at the top of the key. As he kind of eyes up Gavin Rivers there, trying to decide what he wants to do. He's going to hand it off to Bryson Rand. Townsend wants it back. He pump fakes a three, then dribbles into a trap, but is able to get it away.
Nice
to
move.
Trey Benthal, who's able to get, I believe, his first points of the game.
That's
there
his
on
first
the
bucket.
lay-in.
Yes, it is. A big assist by Trey Townsend. And then on the other end, Gavin could not get that shot to fall. Townsend, another big rebound.
Yeah, Townsend really.
Ron Withrow tuning in. Where you been, Mr. Withrow? He is on social media here this afternoon. Says, let's go Mules.
Always glad to see Ron with us every time we have a Mules
Oh,
game.
what a block by number 10, Torrance Williams. As Benthal tried to go up for 2 points, and Torrance says, not my house.
Torrance got real high for that block. We got 10 seconds left. Portageville has the ball. We got a drive by Trey Townsend. He kicks it off to Windsor. Windsor with his back to the basket. Gets it knocked away. Poplar Bluff has the ball. 2 seconds with a final heave. And, just wide by Darius Graham. Trying to get a few extra points there at the end of the third quarter. Poplar Bluff is up 39-30 as we head into the fourth quarter here in Poplar Bluff.
You're listening to Mules Basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
Eight minutes to go here in the fourth and final quarter. Poplar Bluff looking for their 11th win of the season. And, of course, the Mules right now with a 9-point lead. They have led by as many as 13 points. Looking quarter by quarter here, the Mules outscoring the Bulldogs 12-9 there in the first, 15-10 in the second quarter, and now 12-11 in that third quarter. And now they lead by 9 points. It'll be Portageville basketball as we begin this fourth and final quarter.
As Trey Benthal is going to head out to kick the ball in for the Bulldogs here as we start this fourth quarter. He finds Bryson Rand there in the backcourt, who hands it over to Trey Townsend as we expected it to. He brings it into the front court, gives it back to Rand. Rand surveys, hands it off, and Alex Windsor dribbles for a bit, picks up, hands it back to Trey Townsend. Tried to do a spin move. I think he ended up hitting the ball with his knee as it goes out of bounds. It is going to be Poplar Bluff's ball.
That's number 11 in turnovers for the Bulldogs. So now they're in double digits. So now we'll see if the Mules. Oh, what a nice pass by Darius Graham to Gavin Rivers. A big three-pointer presented by Poplar Bluff Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. And now the Mules lead by a dozen.
Trey Townsend deciding what he's wanting to do, hands it off to Alex Windsor, gives it back to Townsend. Looked like he was going to take a three there, but decided to step back. Seeing what the Poplar Bluff Mules defense as they've been playing that tight man. They look like they're going to switch off to a 2-3 at points, but decide to go to man. Trey Townsend back for a three. It's rebounded by the Bulldogs. And then number 1, Alex Windsor, was able to go for the rebound, but as he was doing it, he was fouled by Gavin Rivers. It's going to be his second for the night.
So now we're going to see on the end, or I should say coming in, is Keelan Bills. He will come in the ball game here for the Bulldogs. And even though it's a 12-point game, there's a lot of basketball still left to be played here this afternoon.
Oh, good
That
pass.
could have been 2 points going the other way, but instead, turnover number 12 for the Bulldogs. I like to see those firecrackers, those booms coming in when the Mules do great things. Ron Withrow says it wasn't a good day earlier, but it is now, and the Mules need that win.
Absolutely, as the Mules kick it around on the perimeter, looking for an opening. It looks like they're trying to isolate as they finally find Torrance Williams down at the key. He's going to bring it out. Oh, a quick bounce pass for the lay-in. Darius Graham able to be found driving down the key. Was able to put up the 2 points and bring the Mules lead up to 14 with 6:20 left. The Bulldogs coming across. They find going for the drive, and they're able to draw a foul. That's going to be the Poplar Bluff's 4th foul of the night. Cannon Carr's 2nd foul of the game. It is now 6-4 the foul differential. Bulldogs with 6 fouls, just 1 away from the bonus, while the Mules only have 4. On the inbound, Portageville gives away. We have
Gavin Rivers.
Gavin Rivers goes for it, unable to make the shot.
Cannon Carr couldn't finish, but Torrance Williams is able to get in there. It took 3 opportunities, but the Mules able to knock it down. And now the Mules have not only maintained the lead, but they have also increased it now 46-30.
Timeout called by Portageville. The coach wanting to get an idea of what they're going to do because they have 6 minutes left as the Mules lead is only growing bigger. I know Jason Irby kind of going over strategy right now because they have to cut this lead down. If this lead gets any bigger here over the next 2 to 3 minutes, that might be the ball game. Portageville's going to have to get the Mules defense, just find a way to get through that defense because the Portageville, their possessions are taking quite a bit of time. And that's not what luxury they have right now. They're going to have to get buckets quick, probably because they haven't hit a whole lot of threes either. Might need to start shooting a little bit more from outside the three-point line.
Mules are 3 of 9 right now from behind the arc, and the Bulldogs are just 2 of 9. The Bulldogs with 13 turnovers and the Mules with 6. A lot of folks watching us on social media loving what they're seeing right now from the Poplar Bluff Mules. So now we're at the 6-minute mark here until this ball game comes to an end. Our next broadcast comes up on Tuesday. We'll be live in Kennett coming up. We'll be live. Tim will be there. I'm assuming Tim's going to be there. He's not listening right now. Now I get thumbs up. He'll be there. John Scott's going to be there, and I'll be there as well. I may have to I may bring John Scott one of these awesome green drinks alongside.
I think you should. I think that should be a live taste test for John Scott.
I think you're right. That'll get a lot of viewers for sure.
Portageville bringing it down. Trey Townsend, a nice behind-the-back move against Gavin Rivers. He's able to give it away as Portageville drives.
Jack Scott. With a big block. The Mules now several blocks in this ball game. That's their 3rd block here so far. And this time, that's his 2nd, by the way, for Jack Scott.
As Keelan Bill is going to be inbounding it under the Portageville basket. Quick pass. We'll see who it was, but
another one
block
by Torrance Williams, and here comes the Mules.
And his turnover. Well, the Mules almost turned it over, but it was kicked out by a Portageville player. It's going to be Mules ball underneath their basket. 5:37 left here in the 4th quarter. Mules trying to drive in. They're going to kick it out to Gavin Rivers, who finds Darius Graham here at the top of the arc. As he dribbles, kicks it out to Gavin Rivers with the 3-point shot, and the rebound by Torrance Williams. Able to put it back in. 2 points for the Mules, 48-30, 5:13 remaining. Trey Townsend bringing it down the court for the Portageville Bulldogs. Portageville is going to have to move quick. They can't have these long possessions. Kicks it in. Kalen Bills with the foul on him. Unable to get the shot to go. We are going to have a foul here on the Mules.
David, I'm glad to have you alongside here for the ball game. The conference tournament's actually being streamed on the Poplar Bluffs YouTube channel. Just so you know, if you do want to go watch any of the wrestling tournament going on right now for the CMO Conference.
Jack Scott would be the one called for the foul there. Portageville has it at the top. Trey Townsend kicks it over to Alex Windsor. Thought he was going to drive and then kicks it back. That's to Shane Townsend with a shot about 10 feet away. Makes it 48-32. The Mules lead here with 4:40 left. Gavin Rivers brings it down the court for the Mules. Gavin Rivers again back with it after the pass. He hands it off to Nick Brummett. Nick Brummett surveys, decides kick it off to David Durbin there at the top of the key. David Durbin gives it back to Gavin Rivers. As Torrance Williams finally gets it at the block, he kicks it out to Durbin. Durbin drives, puts it up and in.
Brummett, what a nice move by Brummett, as he's got 7 points now here in the ball game.
As Brummett with the drive, not Durbin, I apologize. Portageville brings it down with Trey Townsend. Townsend just undecided what he wants to do. Finally kicks it out. 3.4, Alex Windsor goes down.
That's his first bucket here of this ball game. He's got 3 points, and that was a big one. Still a 15-point lead right now, as the Mules trying to get their 11th win of this season.
As it's kicked out to David Durbin. Durbin hands it off to Gavin Rivers. Rivers with the drive, and he makes it 52-35. The Mules lead.
Boy, he's having one of his best nights so far, or best games of this season. 14 points for him. It's 52-35.
And with Darius Webb being out, Rivers is one of the people that needed to step up, and he has absolutely done it tonight. We got Bills tries to drive and ends up he's going to be fouled by Jack Scott.
That's going to be his second personal foul. And that means it's 3:12 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Poplar Bluff leads this ball game here. 52-35. We're going to see Fentress Williams back in the ball game for his brother Torrance. Appreciate everybody tuning in here on social media. Make sure and hit that share button for us as well. We want to reach as many people as possible. Jack Scott is going to take a take a seat right now, as Fentress Williams comes back in the ball game, and there's a 5-second call.
That's the second one the Mules defense has been able to accomplish here in the second half, forcing Portageville into a 5-second violation, as the Mules are going to be inbounding it now, up 17 with 3:11 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Gavin Rivers brings it down the court. He's able to find Fentress Williams at the block. He kicks it back out to Rivers. Rivers finds David Durbin there on the side. And looks like we had a foul there on the pass. Foul's going to be on Shane Townsend, I believe.
If it's on Townsend, it'll be number 2 on him. And we're going to see Darius Graham back in the ball game for Poplar Bluff. And David Durbin, who's got a few minutes here in this ball game, he will take a seat with 2:58 left. Torrance Williams now at the free throw line, presented by Christian Automotive. He will go and take a 1-and-1 coming up for the Mules. First one is on the way, and it is no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs, Shane Townsend.
As Townsend is handed off to his brother Trey Townsend, who's in the half court with the Mules defense. He's going to drive, kicks it out to Alex Windsor. Windsor finds Trey Townsend back at the top of the key. Townsend's going to be dribbling, handed off to Connor Sells, who bobbles it a bit. Townsend able to recover. We got Alex Windsor wide open in the corner. He's unable to see him, though, as Trey Townsend looks at 2 screens, kicks up a 3, too hard. We got a rebound by Portageville, unable to bring it down as Poplar Bluff gets the ball. And Alex
it's taken away by Windsor.
Takes it away from him, hands off to Trey Townsend, who went to drive but traveled before he got the ball down. It is going to be Poplar Bluff's ball on the turnover. The walk committed by Trey Townsend.
Going back to that last opportunity there, Alex Windsor was wide open there in the corner. I think Trey saw him. I just think he was like, I've got a better angle here, and took that three-pointer. Nothing wrong with it. I think he did. I think he saw him, though.
As Poplar Bluff gets their half-court offense set up with 2 minutes left in a 17-point lead here. He's going to find Fentress Williams on the block with a turnaround hook shot, unable to get it to drop. Trey Townsend brings it back for the Bulldogs.
Lee Wallace says turnover on the Titans' first play.
There you go.
Can't be a good thing for the Titans. 3-point basket by Townsend, no good. Rebounded by Fentress Williams.
His pass
and
was
taken
short, though.
Right back away.
As Trey Townsend drives and pulls up his dribble there right before the key, he hands it off to Shane Townsend, who finds Mills, who drives in and unable to get a whole lot of power on the shot. Just leaves it short. Long pass by the Mules is intercepted by Shane Townsend.
That's 3 straight turnovers by the Mules on those long passes.
The 3 by Alex Windsor, unable to connect with the rim. Mules get the rebound.
And we're going to get a timeout called by the Mules. Ron Withrow, go LA Rams. You got to be kidding me, Ron. You can't say go LA Rams on this feed.
We're just going to ignore what Ron said there for a second as the Mules take
you gotta be a Buccaneers fan, Ron, or I can't talk to you no more. We're a Brady. Well, Sean's not a Brady fan.
bringing up the Rams around me is a sore subject. So
it's a sore subject for a lot of folks around here in Missouri. 1:15 to play, 52-35. The Mules taking a rare timeout. They've got 4 left here. They're taking their first time out of the ball game. It was a 30-second timeout presented by our good friends at Larry Hillis Dodge. Cannon Carr's going to check back in for the Mules. Gavin Rivers, he has had a phenomenal game, a double-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Darius Graham, 11 points. You look at some of the other scoring right now. Torrance Williams, he's got 6 points, and Nick Brummett's got 7. It's been a really just an overall effort by everybody here in this Mules, or in this ball game. Our good friend Tim Funky of Air Solutions, he is tuning in as well. He says, go Mules.
Yeah, real team effort for the Mules, stepping up for the loss of Darian Webb as the Mules kind of kick it around the perimeter here with a minute left in the game. 11, Nick Brummett drives, hands it off to Fendris Williams, who puts it off the backboard, and in a 19-point lead, less than 1 minute remaining. Trey Townsend coming down for the Bulldogs.
I was just going to say, but Tim Funky says, great call on today's game, Sean. I was just going to ask the folks on Facebook and YouTube, let us know how Sean is doing as we see a miss by Bills. And Williams again with a rebound. That was by Fentress. Let Sean know how he's doing. He's going to help us out coming up that first week of February, big OFC tournament. He's going to be doing all the junior varsity games, and I'm going to sit back and just watch it all unfold.
Well, you're going to sit back and watching and operating the clock, if I remember correctly.
I'll do the clock, and then I'll do the varsity. Oh, boy, that could have been bad. As you see, Nick Brummett went up, and thankfully he's going to be okay, but that could have been a very awkward landing.
Yeah.
Even Tim is scratching his head on that one. 16 seconds left.
The Bulldogs
I like the fireworks here on the emojis here. Every time the Mules do something well, reminds me of football season.
Yeah, the Bulldogs player just got under Brummett as he was going up to get that pass. He steps up for the 1-and-1 and is able to get the first one to go down. Took a couple of hits on the rim before it went down, but it went down all the same. Still 1 point. Mules now up 20 with 16 seconds left. Brummett with his second shot and makes it 56-35, your score.
Those free throws, by the way, presented by Christian Automotive. Now it is a 56-35 lead. The Mules are just 10 seconds away from getting their 11th win. Shane Townsend again, his second three-pointer, and the Mules are just going to walk it up the floor, and that is it. As the Mules get their 11th win of the ball game, it is a 56-38 win for the Mules. Coming up, we will interview one of our coaches, probably going to be Coach Aaron Duncan. We'll interview him and get his thoughts on this impressive win this afternoon. Sean, so tell me, give me your thoughts here. How do you feel like you did coming up in the second half?
I think I definitely felt like I was getting better as the game went on, especially anyone can tell you I'm the worst person in the world remembering names. But as you can probably tell with me saying the numbers a lot at the beginning, but as I was learning the names as we went through that second half, I thought it went well. I thought I went as the Mules did. Mules kept on building, got better throughout that second half, able to pull away. We thought there in the first half, the Bulldogs going to be able to keep runs, to be able to stay with the Mules, but the Mules able to pull away as we got through the second half and get a big win, responding well from that game against Jackson Tuesday night.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I think people on social media loved it. They were happy with the call. I'm glad you were able to do this. I'm looking forward to the OFC tournament. By the way, coming up February 5th through the 12th, we're going to carry every Ozark Foothills Conference ball game, boys, girls, JV action. Sean's going to be doing the JV tournament coming up. I will take care of the varsity games, and then on Championship Friday, it'll be right here at Three Rivers College. We'll be going up to Notre Dame for the Bluff and Notre Dame basketball game, and you'll be here covering the 3 games here, championship on the JV side and those 2 varsity games. You'll be here covering those as well. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to talk with one of the coaches, so while we wait, if they're able to come up, the Mules here tonight shot 48%. They were 24 out of 50, 3 out of 10 from behind the three-point arc. 5 out of 10 on the free throw line. What it came down to in my mind was rebounds. The Mules were plus 12. Mules had 29 rebounds, and the Bulldogs had 17. Mules had 14 assists in the ball game, 3 block shots, 4 steals, 9 turnovers. The Bulldogs, meanwhile, shot 35% overall. They were 4 out of 14 from behind the arc, and they were 10 out of 14 on the free throw line, 6 assists, 15 turnovers, 2 block shots, and 7 steals overall. And, of course, it all starts with Trey Townsend, 17 big points here in the ball game, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. From there, the scoring really dropped off. Keelan Bills had 7 points, 5 points by Shane Townsend, 3 points by Alex Windsor, and 2 points by Jabryson Rand, and 2 points also by Trey Bethnal. Looking over at the Mules side of things, the Mules had some great points by Gavin Rivers. Gavin, a double-double overall. Coach Aaron Duncan, by the way, he is coming up, and we'll get his thoughts here. Gavin Rivers, 14 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double for the Mules here this afternoon. Coach Aaron Duncan is joining us, and first things are first. What I noticed about the Mules is even when the Mules got in trouble early, it wasn't you doing the coaching. It wasn't Coach Durden. It was Darian Webb doing most of that coaching. Am I right on that?
Yes, for sure.
I mean, he was out there taking charge and making sure his team knew where they needed to be, and it seemed like it paid off a little bit.
It will, and that's what he's good at it, and he's done it his whole life, so he knows where everybody should be and what they should be doing and everybody's roles, and so that's going to be a benefit for us to have him just helping these guys out and getting through this.
I was talking about before you walked up, Gavin Rivers, I thought, honestly, he has had probably the best game so far of his season. 14 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double. Your thoughts on him?
Yes, and just talking to him, we've been talking about that a lot. And, before the game, hey, man, you need to get out and, you need to get some buckets early and try to get going, and talk to his brother about trying to get him going. And, if we can get him going and get him rolling, he's very capable of putting the ball in the basket, and defensively he's capable of a lot of things, and he's proved that throughout the year. So 14 and 11 is good. That's good numbers for him, and we're going to have it.
I thought Darius Graham, another sensational ball game from him, 11 points. But talk about not so much in the scoring category, but talk about Jack Scott. Good to have him in the lineup. A couple of big blocks, and he was out there just causing havoc for the offense of Portageville.
It is, and he brings that same kind of mentality as Darian to the floor. He knows where he's supposed to be. He's just fundamental. He's going to do the things that we ask him to do, and just go out there and be. He's grown. He's gotten stronger, and it's helping him. You can tell it's helping him out there at this level, and he's going to be an asset for us. Just being, just with his experience and his just being fundamental, and he doesn't try to do anything out of the ordinary. He just tries to do his job, and he did a great job of that today.
Maybe we should play here more often. We're 2-0 on this floor. You know that, right? And we won by double digits each time.
That's right.
Coming up Tuesday, we travel. We're going to go to Kennett. What are your thoughts on the Kennett Indians? They are struggling, other than they did get a big win against Notre Dame last week.
I mean, it's always tough to play down there, and it's going to be a very physical game, and we just got to go down there and have our head right and our mindset. And if we go down there and do what we need to do and, get back in the gym and do what we need to do and go down there and play hard and play tough, then, that's all we can ask. And we're just looking to get better every day and just see who's going to step up into these little, these roles that we've got that are open right now.
Last question. I'll let you get back to your team. What is some things today that you didn't like that you guys will work on Sunday and Monday and get ready for Tuesday in Kennett?
I mean, just defensively early on, just getting hit by screens like we were and not getting through them and just giving up wide open looks. We can't allow that.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for the opportunity. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe. We'll see you Tuesday in Kennett.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Assistant Coach Aaron Duncan joining us live here this afternoon as the Mules get their 11th win of the season. They are now 11-4 on the season, and for Poplar Bluff, they're going to have another SEMO Conference game coming up on Tuesday. We'll be live for that one in Kennett with a pregame at about 7 p.m. and tip-off at about 7:30. Sean, final thoughts?
I think it was a fantastic game for the Mules, especially rebounding from the Jacks game. And their first experience together as a team going to be without Darius Webb. Found out that they can step up, players can step up and pull out a nice commanding victory. That's going to build a lot of momentum as we move forward, getting closer to the district playoffs coming up here in just a month or two.
Absolutely. And, of course, here this afternoon, Poplar Bluff getting the win here this afternoon, now making it to 11-4 on the season. And, of course, for Poplar Bluff, we will see if the Mules are able to continue on their winning ways coming up as we broadcast coming up on Saturday, or make that on Tuesday, rather. This is Saturday. We'll be live in Kennett coming up on Tuesday night. All right, Sean, once again, great job today. You look like you're white as a ghost.
Well,
you did fine, I promise you. If you didn't do well, I would have cut the mic off a long time ago.
You're always going to be your worst critic. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff to grow.
Oh, not for me. I'm the best there is. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know you would think that.
Confidence isn't a problem in my household.
But I'm looking to get forward to getting more experience, getting more games under my belt. I will see everyone live coming up in the OFC Junior Varsity Games in the beginning of February. I can't wait.
Sean Manning for Tim Hicks, and give some love to Tim. He did a great job here today, doing a fantastic job. He's got his Tom Brady jersey on. He's a big Buccaneers fan. We love having him on. I'm Frankie Castile. We are saying so long as the Mules get the job done. They go on to win 56-38. Enjoy the remainder of your weekend. We'll see you Tuesday live in Kennett. I'm Frankie Castile. You've been listening to Mules Basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics.